Good evening, everyone. Welcome to what should be the final episode of the Demon Souls portion of all 381 FromSoft bosses without leveling. It's been quite a journey, so we're here to celebrate. We've got a little bit of red wine. It's a Saturday evening here in New Zealand. Now, as you remember where we got up to last time, we've got two final bosses left in the game. We're up to False King Alant, who's caused us quite some trouble, and then we've got the final boss after that. Unfortunately, I did some research, and the broadcast can't continue between games, so obviously once we've completed that, we want to move on to Dark Souls. I would have liked to have done that on the one continuous broadcast. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like that's technologically possible, so it might just be a short episode for this individual portion if we do complete Demon Souls, and then we will finish the broadcast. There'll be a shorter than normal episode, but then I will be recording a new episode straight away after that, as we will boot up Dark Souls. So obviously I'd have liked all that to have been kind of one continuous episode. Unfortunately, we may have to break that up.
You have brought more Demon Souls to me.
You're absolutely right.
You are a fine magician.
Mm.
You may pass on further arts of the wand. I am once our human potential.
Okay. Now I'm going to be honest.
Bring me more Demon Souls.
We are probably going to cheese this final boss, just because the run-up is so kind of rough. It's not ideal, but it has to be done. We have to move on. The run-ups and the levels are just too rough. And, you know, we've had some notable victories. We've had to cheese more bosses than I would have intended to in this game. But just without the bonfires, I miss the bonfires so much. And when you watch those kind of videos online on YouTube, you know, when the guy's doing a no-hit run, he's not broadcasting to other people, so, you know, easy for them to do. But I don't want to watch you guys endlessly for me struggling up to Old King Alant. So there is a tactic that we found, and we're going to try and hopefully wrap this thing up tonight. Of course, the reminder to do have a quick look at the spreadsheet that I have released on Google Drive. It's on the bottom of every YouTube video, has the spreadsheet, and I've updated that to now show which bosses I've cheesed. I did say at the start cheesing was absolutely fine, but this time we'll kind of have a record of how many of the 381 bosses I'll end up cheesing. Okay. Okay, we've got quite a lot. Let's see, because we opened the shortcut most recently at the end of the last episode. Let's see whether or not we can run past all these guys. I'm not sure whether we can actually. But yeah, I won't miss. I love some of these areas, but I will not miss the run-ups. See whether or not. Oof. Okay, so there is a strategy we've finally got through. There is a strategy for this boss. I do like this boss. It is, you know, you can see what they were trying to do, and he's the predecessor to a lot of the amazing dual fights that we are going to be having in this series. I respect the boss a lot. I never had too much trouble with him on a non-soul level 1 run, but we are going to, on this occasion, I want to move on to Dark Souls. Got a lot of bosses to get through. Still got about 365 bosses left in this series, so I'd like to move on. And there are going to be some games, Sekiro of course, the number one, where I'm not going to be able to choose any of them. So there's still going to be more than enough test of skill in this series. I don't know if this cheese works. I've heard it does. I must admit, I am nervous even just getting this close to him. And because I can't see the screen, I don't actually know if this works. I'm assuming it does. But yeah. I don't know yet. It might not. I can't actually see what's happening on the screen. So this could all be for nothing. It's like, it feels like it's like ebbing away. If not, I'll just have to buy some more spices, but I've got plenty of souls back at the Nexus, so if it turns out that it's not working, or he turns around and smashes me one, I'll have to try another tactic. But yeah, we've done really well. Like, I love this game. Gives me a chance, I suppose, to just briefly talk about it. You know, you can tell it is the first Souls title. You really can. Some of those levels and with their shortcuts are wonderfully designed. They are, you know, incredible. But just whenever between the invention of Estus and bonfires, between then, I'll nail my colours to the mast. That's my thing. I love it. That's the one that I want. And you know, they tweaked the formula with later Souls games, not entirely successfully, but Dark Souls I think really hits that sweet spot. of your actions having consequences. We're going to run. I'm sure we're going to run into a lot of obstacles in Lordran when we hit Dark Souls 1, but you know, in this game it is just too brutal at Soul Level 1 to really play too riskily with the bosses, because you know, I want you guys to witness me doing these things, but I also feel like I don't want you to endlessly see me do the Shrine of the Swamp of Sorrow. Okay, there we go. We can start to see the bar go down. So now I'll be able to hopefully... That is a terrible cheese. I feel like such a bad person. It is slowly going down. I am a terrible person, but on the plus side, it does mean that we are going to be going to Dark Souls 1 tonight in the next episode, so super excited about that. He is a great fight. He's a worthy competitor. He doesn't deserve this cheese that I'm placing on him, but I fully acknowledge the cheese. I'm sorry. I know I've let myself down. I've let everyone down. So we'll have a look at some of the statistics, working on the assumption that I won't be cheesing the final boss. Not even I, with my limited ability, is that bad to need to cheese the final boss. It will mean that I think 9 out of 18 of the bosses in this game will have been cheesed. Some cheeses are worse than others. This is probably the worst one, and ones like Leechmonger, where I stood at the top, is also pretty bad. But the other 9 weren't, and I'm proud of doing that Soul Level 1. Probably the best one, in my opinion, was Flame Lurker, doing him first time. It's a great fight, great arena. Man-Eaters was the biggest challenge, as I would have expected. Very happy with managing to get that one down, especially as I'd spent all night thinking about it and then came back and did it and it worked. A treat, that was great. Biggest frustrations or roadblocks outside of bosses. 4-1 Shrine of Storms, the opening area of World 4. I think that was only my second episode. I only popped in there. I popped in there to get the falchion and wanted to kind of clean up that boss while I was there. I did not anticipate it giving me that much trouble. The skeletons at Soul Level 1, just absolutely horrific scenes. It was absolutely terrible. Now hopefully we're going to have enough spice for this. I'm pretty sure we do. I'll just... Have I got any others? No, I think we should be fine anyway. But then in second place after 4-1 has to be 5-2. The Swamp of Sorrow, the Valley of Defilement second area, the main one. I mean, I knew it was going to be frustrating, but that death where I'd kind of inched my way to safety and then died to the slugs, that was a psychological scar that will stay with me for a pretty sizable amount of time. But yeah, enjoying my Malbec. I feel like I shouldn't really say this while I'm horrendously cheesing one of the final proper boss. But yeah, I feel like I'm doing okay. Like the project's going to plan. Healthy amount of cheese plus some skill. So as we watch Colonel Sanders take his final step into the darkness, poisoning a man who's provided so many people with quality fried chicken over the years, not my proudest moment, but It had to be done. I'm sorry, Colonel Sanders. I'm sorry. But yep, so next we'll move on to Dark Souls 1. Hopefully in about 20 minutes. Finish this boss off and then finish off the final boss of the game. We'll check in what the final stats were for the Soul Level 1 run, tie it up, and then I'll end this particular stream and start a new one with Dark Souls 1. Okay, he's over half health now. We're doing pretty well. Yep. So Aaron, I was just saying the spreadsheet that I'm doing for all of the 381 bosses, I've got a little column next to the boss about whether or not I've cheesed it or not. This is the worst cheese of all of the Demon Souls bosses. This will be my 9th cheese of 18 bosses. Some cheeses are worse than others, 100%. This is the worst one, but I just can't deal with that run-up. I just cannot deal with that run-up. For some reason, I just hate it so much with the dragon and everything like that. So, we'll get Colonel Sanders out of the way, and then we're ready to move on to Dark Souls, which I'm super excited about. You'd think you'd notice it's a little bit kind of sad watching an old man slowly poisoned to death. It's like something from the Tudors. I'm slowly poisoning this old man to death in his bedchamber while he's seemingly unaware. Tragic, really. Oh, don't want to hit him. Well, if you're talking about after all old King Alant's been through, of course, he's just he's an archdemon that's been created by the real king. So he's just a pod person. Really, I'm putting this sham to rest. I'm killing the illusion. So I'm doing the whole of Boletaria a favour. This guy's no real tyrant. I wonder what he's looking at over there, though. Do you think, as his life slowly ebbs away, no one should have to look at rubble for their final memories. Sad to see. So just a quick preview coming up on the new stream in about 20 minutes. Start Dark Souls. We can only play as the Pyromancer on Soul Level 1. I'll do a mixture of pyro. As you can tell, I'm not averse to doing some cheese when it's required. I don't remember the Dark Souls 1 bosses being particularly cheesable. I think there's one for the Capra Demon, which I'll see how it goes, because I really do hate that boss as well. But generally, I'm going to try and just use my own skill to overcome them. I'm looking forward to taking on Artorias on Soul Level 1. I'm really looking forward to taking on Steven Smo at Soul Level 1, and you can quote me on that. And just I'm looking forward to pootling around Lorgen at Soul Level 1. Going to be trying to do a lot more parries. In this game you get ganked a lot more. I found it quite difficult to parry in Demon Souls because of the number of enemies that were coming at me. And parrying felt a little bit clunkier on this game, so I haven't done as many parries as I'd like. I'd like to do more, and that's hopefully going to be rectified in Dark Souls 1. Aaron, I hope you got a nice tea or coffee on your Saturday morning. I'm on the Malbec at 10:30 at night. Which, Aaron, if you're able to answer a question, if you're listening, what ending do you think I should go for when I get down to the old one? The bad ending or the good ending? Which one fits the game better? I'll go with whatever, if you are listening and able to comment, whatever ending you think I should go for, I'll do it. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, this guy doesn't deserve my character doesn't deserve anything else than to stand on the lady in black, the maiden in black's head. That's exactly the kind of shithead that this fighter is. He deserves it. If it was WWE right now, all of the fans in the stands would be waving their placards in fury. He's behind you! Da, 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 da. Ba, ba, da, da, da. Oh, it's going slowly. I wonder if I can speed it up. Yep, thank you. Do appreciate that, and you mentioned it on Telegram as well. Yep, do really appreciate that. I'm not quite sure when we have a look at the final time what it's going to clock in at. You think Dark Souls is harder on? Do you think it'll be harder for me on Soul Level 1? You think is Dark Souls harder than Demon Souls? Is it? I don't know. No bonfires. The area is the boss. More ganks in Demon Souls. Dark Souls 2 gets back to Demon Souls level of gank, but Dark Souls, all of the enemies I seem to remember them being pretty well spaced out, so you can kind of take each one on one by one. You'll see it in this first episode. I get to Boletarian Palace and I'm like, right, I'm going to parry, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and then the first kind of 4 enemies all just come at me and, you know, basically kill me, I think, or nearly kill me in the first thing, and from that I just didn't maybe psychologically recover. The Dark Souls 1 DLC is going to be way harder than anything I've tried. Doing Manus at Soul Level 1, that might be quite a few episodes. So, yeah, I want to, you know, record for posterity while we've got this kind of undramatic time. Just to state, I do not mind banging my head up against the boss. I really don't. Like, it's absolutely fine. I'm going to enjoy it. That's part of the reason why I'm doing this. I think the bosses get harder at the kind of back end of the game in Dark Souls 1. So 4 Kings, Nito might be hard on Soul Level 1, Gravelord Nito, and then the DLC. Hopefully, I've never beaten Gwyn by parrying. That's something I want to do in this run. But I think the first half of Dark Souls 1, up until An Orlando, the bosses are, and the optional stuff, the bosses are a lot more big, got a big fat ass, and you can just stab them in the back. That's how I remember it anyway, so that's what I'm gonna... But we'll find out. We'll find out which one of us is right through my pain and suffering. But yeah, I just want to state for the record, on this, it'll be uploaded to YouTube. I don't mind banging my head up against the boss. It's just doing the run through those enemies on this game, that was just not... I didn't think that was that fun to watch. I think people would rather watch me bang my head up in a boss fight than in against the same low-level enemies, so we'll find out. But we're nearly there. He's nearly down. He grows weak. He wonders what is causing his breath to shorten. Could it be COVID-19? He senses it's not the coronavirus, but he doesn't know as sweat forms on his brow, his knees begin to sag, his testicles shrivel. He can feel it coursing through his veins. He thinks to himself, maybe I should look round and see if someone's causing this. But he says, no, I'd rather look at rubble. Yes, or avian SARS or avian flu. Monkeypox is good. We don't know the full effects. It could be caused by small ghostly figures half your height standing behind you. We don't know what's causing monkeypox. That could definitely well be the cause of it. Emitting cartoon fart gases on your back. We're so close. Dare I? Dare I? Oh. Didn't get the chance. Well, I think we can all agree that was exhilarating. It really was.
My demonic reflection. How many souls might you have devoured, I wonder? The rest is up to the old one. If it is to be, then you shall be beckoned.
Yes, I think we can all agree. Both with the random disembodied Sean Connery voice, and that this is top quality Twitch content. Still, I don't think we're going to be seeing a cheese quite as shameful as that in the remainder of this entire run. I can't think of a boss that I can cheese as awfully as that. God, the Nexus looks so... This bit is so good on the PS5. Any final words from our participants?
Have you met the last surviving monumental?
Yeah.
Those fools revived the old one on
Yep.
a whim.
Yep, I'm going to go and see him now.
They've trapped us here in the Nexus in a desperate attempt. It's all a travesty, if you ask me.
It's been lovely spending little to no time with you. I'm looking forward to connecting with the NPCs in Dark Souls 1 a little bit better, as I absolutely adore nearly all of them. But we will be about to meet a very, very similar equivalent in Dark Souls 1, and I like his storyline a fair bit better than his Demon Souls compatriot. Any final words, Baldwin? Yes. 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 Your naked grab at capitalism and naked torso was a real credit.
You come back alive. I need your business.
Yeah. Got to be honest. Definitely an upgrade, Andre. Definitely an upgrade. My friend. Any final words before we go and face the Great One?
Thank goodness you're safe. I was worried sick.
I plan to. I don't know what business him and I are going to operate together once I do become the king of everything I survey. I'm not quite sure. We're going to open up a second-hand car business with an old Morris Minor, maybe?
We are indebted to you for
You can be. You look a bit like an old Rodney. I'll be Del Boy. There you go. Okay. And have we got? We never connected. I'm sorry about that. Maybe another time. When I come back, I'll take you out for a drink. Maybe. You just stand here. I'll come back and get you a haircut. And yeah, you just look like a bit of a gimp, to be honest. So probably best leaving you out of it. Okay. Maybe try and finish off with the fire spell, perhaps, then, for this final boss.
Bravo. Thank you. Let me pass on. I am one our human potential. Bring me more.
Maybe buy a couple. Just buy a couple of spices.
You come back alive.
Yeah.
Hark, I hear a voice of yore. The old one calls for thee. Let us proceed below to its lair.
This bit is pretty cool. Just putting out there, this is probably an early ancestor idea that they had for Ash Lake in Dark Souls 1, one of my favourite areas. And we will make a trip there in this run, even though there's no boss there. We'll pop down to Ash Lake, because I do love it. And I want to talk about it.
Thy wish. A new demon. Come now, be good.
It's so weird. And that's a really good shot as well. That's great. Proper sci-fi movie stuff. It's insane. You have to play it, Aaron. The graphical rejig alone is worth it. Especially as it sounds to me like you got a slightly more affectionate relationship with this game than I did. I missed Demon's Souls the first time around. I can imagine. Any final words?
Let us proceed below to its lair.
You sound like a tour guide. Yeah, let's go in. Man, if this thing kills me on soul level 1.
By the Old One. Will you seek the everlasting demon souls? Or has the monumental blinded you? Whatever your choice, you are our first visitor. May you be welcome here.
I can see that. No argument here.
Surely you have seen for yourself pain and suffering that fills this world. The blood is merciful, and so created the Old One. Poison to poison. The Old One will feed upon our souls and put an end to this tragedy.
I'm curious about how much damage this thing can do at soul level 1, but I'm not sure I can be bothered. A tragic, misshapen body horror of a man. Some real David Cronenberg shit. This is actually, you know, quite sad. I will melee him to finish things off. So there we go.
No one wishes to go on.
And that's Demon Souls, done at Soul Level 1. My first ever Soul Level 1 run. I definitely don't deserve that after after Old King Alarm, but we're through it, and hopefully I'm looking forward to Dark Souls being a real GG. But yeah, we'll always have Flame Lurker and Man-Eaters. I can't remember which one's the bad ending. Playing out the sword. Aaron, can you remember which one's the bad ending? Oh. I think it might be this one.
Work is done. Slayer of demons, go back above.
I think I might have accidentally done the good ending, but it doesn't really matter.
No longer.
Yeah. Oh well.
I shall lull the old one back to slumber. The old one, thou mayst go. My thanks.
I think I might kill. I think I have a killer.
At last, the end is in sight.
Yeah, there we go. Pretty brutal. Look at that.
One senses a new and powerful demon by its side. And before long, the world will be engulfed by the deep fog. Bring more souls.
I will, but in another game. Yeah, it's pretty brutal. Amazing job by Blue Point Games. Maybe you could do a Bloodborne remake, Blue Point? Maybe.
Soul of the lost
I'm not
withdrawn
saying
from its
that.
vessel.
I wouldn't be against it. Cool. So let's see, what do we end up with? Soul level 1. 18 hours 30. Okay, less times than I thought. But yeah, that's us done for Demon Souls. Thank you for joining us on this on this original journey. Soul Level 1. So that's one game down. Just 6 to go. Yeah, okay, that's a good point. We'll finish off with clarifying what I meant about Bloodborne. Can you please do a 60 FPS? Can someone please... Oh, probably PC players. Can someone do a 60 FPS version of Bloodborne? If you could take away one thing away from the 18 and a half hours that I've just spent trudging through Demon's Souls and Soul Level 1, it's this. Please, can we have a 60 FPS port of Bloodborne on the PC? That's the main takeaway. If you're listening, Sony, if you're listening, Microsoft, whatever you need to do to make it happen. Okay, but thank you so much for joining us. But please stick around if you are enjoying this on Twitch. Please do kind of watch the videos on YouTube. And if you're watching tonight, please stick around because we'll be starting a new stream in a minute. Unfortunately, PS5 broadcast doesn't allow you to switch between games and continue broadcasting, which is a bit annoying. But this stream will be stopping and we will be doing the Soul Level 1 beginning of Dark Souls 1. Awesome. Thank you so much and see you on the next one.